Good evening, everybody, and welcome to episode 127 of the Ask the Coach show, where PingSkills answers your table tennis questions. Now, 127 is the highest signed 8-bit integer. That's just a fun fact for Alice. But the drill of the week this Wednesday is the lazy Falkenberg. In the questions, we'll discuss how the amount of exercise you've done can affect your playing. We'll give you some tips on playing as a blocker, and we'll discuss getting mesmerised by the ball rather than moving, and why sometimes your shots may not be as effective in a match as they are in training. I'm Jeff Plum, and as always, Super Coach Alois Rosario is here with me to answer your questions. Welcome, Alois.
Good evening, and Jeffrey. So the show's a little bit later today because you had a basketball game. There were a lot of bookies out there taking bets that this show wouldn't go ahead, but you have defied the odds. Well done. You've made it to the show.
I have. I've made it to the show, and I'm not really injured, so that's amazing. People thought I'd get injured. For those of you watching, you can see I got my basketball shorts on. I didn't score any points, though, and our team lost, so I don't think it was a great success, but we did play a team that had come up from the higher division and come down to our division, so our opponents were expected to win. We were up 11-10 at halftime. We just couldn't hold on and ended up losing. So it was a close battle.
Well, that's not bad. And the main thing, Jeff, is that you've got some exercise out of it, and that's fantastic.
Exactly. That's right. It certainly is. It's always good to get some exercise.
Not always about the winning.
Indeed. Now, it's Wednesday, Alois, which means we're going to discuss a drill of the week. And today we're talking about the lazy Falkenberg. Now, sometimes I can be a bit lazy, so I quite like this drill.
Yes. So a couple of weeks ago, we discussed the Falkenberg drill. So the Falkenberg drill is where you do a backhand from the backhand side, you turn around and do a forehand from the backhand side, and then you do a forehand from over in the forehand corner.
And it's quite a hard drill, isn't it, Alois? Because you've got to move. Once you pivot, you've got a lot to cover, and then you've got to get back for the backhand and then pivot again and back. So there's a lot of moving in the Falkenberg.
Yeah, it is, and it's a useful drill. But I also like the lazy Falkenberg because what the lazy Falkenberg is first is, instead of just playing one backhand and then pivoting on the forehand, you can play one or two or three. You decide when you want to change and play the forehand from the backhand corner, and then the blocker puts the next one out to the forehand, and then we start again. So we do backhand, backhand, backhand. When I pivot and play the forehand, then the next one goes out to my forehand corner. So this is a little bit more game-like, isn't it? Because in a game situation, you probably are playing, one or two backhands or maybe three. You've also then got to make the decision about which ball you can go around and pivot on as well. So it's not just a mechanical drill where you know where the ball's going all the time. So, really like lazy Falkenberg, and you should give it a try and just see how you adapt to lazy Falkenberg as opposed to Falkenberg drill.
Indeed, yeah. So once you've had a try, leave a comment and let us know what you thought of the drill, the lazy Falkenberg. All right. Yesterday's PingSkills question of the day, Alice, was, can Mima Ito reach number one?
Yes. Well, I'd like to think so. And Naranjan has said, I think looking at Mima Ito's stats, she should reach number one position by November this year. So that's probably on a very linear sort of progression, though. I think it becomes a little bit harder once you get up to that pointy end of the ranking list. So it'd be nice to see, wouldn't it? It'd be nice to see young Mima Ito get up there by November this year. I don't think so, unfortunately. And can she ever reach number one? Oh, I'd like to think so again. But you know what? I think overall the Chinese players as a group or as a team are so strong, and I think it's just hard for anyone else to break through almost barrier that surrounds them. What do you think, Jeff?
Yeah, it's a big challenge, that's for sure. But people have done it before, and on both the men's and the women's side, so it will happen again. Can Mima Ito be the one? As she's showed all the right signs so far. Up to number 11 already at her age. I'm not. Is she still 14 or has she turned 15? But very, very young.
I think she's 14.
14. There you go. And yeah, so she's got a good chance. But like you said, it's really difficult to reach the best player in the world and become number one. I hope so. And we'll be privileged to see her live, Alois, at the Australian Open shortly, in only a few weeks' time.
Yes, yeah, we're lucky enough to be doing the commentary for the Australian Open again this year, which will be up in Tweed Heads in early June. I think we'll actually be up there doing the commentary on the 7th of June. Yes, checking the list, we were both very excited to see that Mima Ito will be coming out, and we'll get a chance to see her again and see the progression that's happened in that 1 year as well.
Indeed. All right. Now, the PingSkills question for today is a nice, easy one, so no excuse for not answering. So jump onto pingskills.com, click on the blog link, and leave a comment to let us know, how long have you been playing table tennis? All right. No, that's an easy question. No reason you shouldn't answer. Get on and leave a comment.
How do they do that, Jeffrey?
Well, the easiest way is to go to pingskills.com, click on the blog link, and you'll find this show, and you can leave a comment there. But you can also probably leave a comment on our Facebook page, or, there's a lot of ways. You can tweet it even if you want. We like to get you involved however you like. All right. Now, Brock, we haven't heard from Brock for a little while, Alois, but Brock has told us, he's just really a comment, really. I have improved a lot, and now I am one of the best in my school. So congratulations, Brock. Good work on your progress, and, keep on improving, and maybe you can become the best in your state. So that's good news, isn't it, Alois?
That is good news, yeah. So we've been following Brock's progress for a while, and we had the epic saga of him trying to beat the tall guy, and he finally did that. But yeah, it's great to see the progression, and it's great to hear the progression of a lot of the PingSkillers. We often get emails or messages from our PingSkillers, telling us just how much they are improving. It's always good to hear. I mean, I certainly never get sick of getting those emails. So keep them coming. Love them.
Indeed. And talking of emails, if you're not on our email list, go to pingskills.com and join up. Hit the sign up now or the join button, and get our free newsletter. Start getting involved, and I think it's a good experience, and hopefully we can help you improve. So head to pingskills.com. All right, now JDev has got a bit of a query, Alois. JDev says, I played very well without doing that much exercising. On the other day, I played better after doing, good exercises. So the reverse was true. Sometimes I play well even when I'm exhausted. What is all this mess? I can't understand. Can you please give me your insights? Yeah,
JDev, I understand your pain. It's really hard, isn't it, to break through all those different experiences we have, and really work out when we're going to play well or when we're not going to play well. If we had the definitive answer, we would be very, very famous people. So the most important thing, though, to think about, I think, is just your emotional level, or the emotional level, and trying to think about controlling that. Your physical ability doesn't really change that much from day to day. So if you can play a forehand today, you'll be able to play it tomorrow. If you can do a good serve today, you'll be able to do it tomorrow. You might improve a little bit, but what does change really quickly is just your emotional level, or just how how psyched up you are, or whether you're too psyched up or too relaxed, or those sort of things. So that's the real roller coaster, I suppose. And we do have a sports psychology section on our site. Go there. We've got some interesting videos there for you that you can just watch straight up, and that will give you a bit of an insight and maybe just get through a little bit of the mystery of why you do get those, highs and lows that seem almost unexplainable, or inexplicable. So just, take a look at that and see if it demystifies it a little bit for you.
Yes, some demystification. That will be good. Thanks for the question, Jadev. All right, now Johnny says, I've watched some blockers matches and I found their playing interesting. I'm wondering if you've got any tips for playing as a blocker, and is the blocker style effective?
Yeah, the blocker style certainly can be effective. So we've talked a lot about how to play against a blocker, but as far as playing as a blocker, there's a couple of things. So the first one is that you need to utilize your opponent's pace and think a lot about your placement of the ball. So think about where you're going to put the ball, where your opponent is stronger and weaker at attacking, and you're trying to shut that attack down as much as you can. Another really important thing is that if you are playing against a good attacker, if you can sometimes just make a simple attack yourself, that really throws the attacker out of whack. So give that a go as well. So as a blocker, think about utilizing the pace, placing the ball really well, and when you do get an opportunity or a simple opportunity, just make some attack yourself, because that really changes the nature of their game for the attacker as well.
Excellent. Good advice there. Yeah, I certainly noticed that myself in the past when I've played blockers or even defenders. If they're not attacking that much, you're not really ready for it. So when they do make the attack, you're caught off a bit guard. So it's definitely a good tactic. So I like that idea.
Yes, and I was up at the New South Wales Open, as I talked about yesterday or the day before, and I saw Paul Pinkowicz play. Now, for those of you in Australia, you probably know Paul Pinkowicz. He was Australian champion and still playing, which is amazing in itself. But he was a defender, or he still is a defender, and I still remember when playing against him, anytime he made an attack, it was so difficult to get back. And I was watching him actually play Nick Brown, Jeff, so someone that we know. And He was playing against Nick Brown. And I saw Pinkowicz come in and make this attack, and the ball just goes so slowly and it just doesn't go anywhere. And Nick Brown said, "Oh, I was waiting so long and I missed it." And I thought, I can relate exactly. So as a defender or as a blocker, if you can just make a simple attack, it can be really difficult for the attacker to judge the pace and to adjust to that different stroke.
Excellent. All right. Hopefully those tips help you out, Johnny. Let us know. Leave us a comment and let us know if that helps you out, and if you do start playing more as a blocker, how you keep progressing. Now, Ilya is next up, and Ilya says, I only react if the fast ball is coming into my hitting zone or nearby. Typically, I stand in my backhand corner and I see that my opponent is going to top spin to my wide forehand. But instead of moving to the forehand, I'm mesmerized by the ball and the opponent. So what's happening here, Alois, and how can Ilya, remedy this situation?
Yeah, so firstly, perhaps getting yourself a little bit more central to the table. So you said that you tend to park yourself over on the backhand corner. So try to be a little bit more central to start off with. Secondly, make sure that you're tracking the ball well. So rather than just watching the ball, track the ball and allow yourself to react to where the ball is and then where the ball is coming as well. We've got a video that we've actually referred to a couple of times now about improving your reflexes. And a lot of that is just making sure that you're getting yourself set up and facing the ball all the time. So watch the ball, track the ball, and allow yourself to adjust your position. So then if you see a person attacking, you're facing them. If the ball goes to your wide forehand side, you track the ball straight there. If you're sitting on your backhand side and almost waiting for a backhand, then if the ball comes to your forehand, it's a surprise, and then you have to react. So track the ball all the way from the moment that they're hitting the ball, or all the way through. Then from the moment they hit the ball, you see where it's going and you move directly to that position. So I think that'll really help you.
Yeah, good idea. So I'll put a link to that in the show notes. It is a video for our premium members. We've got lots of free videos for the non-premium members, but we've also got lots of video for our premium members. So if you want to check out, if you want to get better at your table tennis, then take a look at the premium membership. Yeah, we've got videos on serving, receiving, training secrets. We have a 52-week training course. We've got lots of Ask the Coach responses and videos like this one on improving your reflexes. So definitely worth checking out the PingSkills premium membership at pingskills.com. All right, next question, Alois, is from Pradeep, who says, while practicing the stroke, I find myself quite comfortable executing my backhand. But during the game, when my opponent blocks or drives on my backhand, I find my backhand return goes into the net most of the time. So what's happening here, Alois?
Yeah, so Pradeep, in a practice situation, and especially if you're practicing and you know where the ball's coming, it's a whole lot different to a match situation where you don't know where the ball's coming. So if you know where the ball's coming, you basically you get into your start position and you play your stroke effectively. But as I said, it's really different if you don't know where the ball's coming. So you need to move from this position, from a really central position, to your start position and then play your stroke. And sometimes in the match situation, you don't react fast enough and get to that ball fast enough. And so you're caught short of time, and that's when the ball goes into the net a lot of the time. So the best thing to do is in your training time, do some more random drills. So drills where you don't know where the ball's coming, and then start to be able to react and play your backhand at the same time. And you'll find that will really start to help you in the match situation, because that's the next step. So the first step is to be able to play your backhand. Okay. The second step is to be able to react and then play your backhand. So that's the next step that you need to start to think about. More random drills during your practice time.
Okay, excellent. So it is a progression. You need to develop that basic backhand first, make sure you got that right, and then try and move on to the next step, incorporating those random drills.
Yeah, that's right. It is a progression. And in our training drills download that you can get, we do have that progression there. So we've got, from the 1-ball drills where basically you know where the ball's coming, to 2-ball drills, again, you know where the ball's coming, and 3-ball drills, etc. And then we also have some random drills there as well. So take a look through that training drills download. It's free at pingskills.com, and utilize some of those drills for your practice time, and that will help you to progress through the levels as well.
Great. And is just playing matches itself effective, or is that more kind of you don't really improve because you're not really ready for that?
Definitely playing matches is good as well, but not only playing matches. So you need to also do your drills as well, so that you are progressing through that. So if you just go straight into games, you're going to find it difficult to develop your technique and your strokes.
Okay, excellent. All right, well, that's some good tips there, Pradeep. It's good that you've got the backhand going nicely just in practice. Try out those random drills, and I'm sure you'll start to improve even more and be able to utilize it well in games. Keep on going. You're doing well. All right, so that wraps up episode 128. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Make sure you leave a comment. So the best way, go to pingskills.com, click on the blog link, find this show, leave a comment to let us know the answer to the PingSkills question of the day, which was how long have you been playing table tennis? We look forward to your comments. and we will see you again soon. And thank you, Alois.
Thank you, Jeffrey, and get on to PingSkills.com. We want to know how long you've been playing. See you soon.
Bye.